Сегодняшняя тематика у нас является портрет.
The topic of today's video lesson is a portrait of a girl in an Austrian folk costume, consisting of a black dress, a white blouse, and a red apron. Such German and Austrian costumes have become quite popular lately. Here is the finished portrait I will have by the end of this video lesson. The painting is done on 300 GSM cold-pressed watercolor paper, which I soak with water on both sides, place on a plastic board, and wait for about 15 minutes for the paper to absorb the water and dry enough to become moist. The underpainting for the skin color is mixed from raw sienna, alizarin crimson, burnt umber, and a bit of phthalo blue. I painted around the highlight on the nose, preserving white space, and also left white highlights of the eyes. I mentioned that the paper should be moist, which is almost dry on the surface but cool to the touch. Because the paper dries quite quickly, I must re-wet its reverse side from time to time and also add a bit of water on the front side. Another part of the equation for the dry brush on moist watercolor painting technique is the amount of water on the brush. As the name of this technique suggests, the brush should be almost dry. I put the pigment mix only on the tip of the brush. The belly of the brush remains damp and clean. Sometimes I also get questions about how to paint good portraits. I guess the answer is, you do not paint portraits with watercolor, but draw them with watercolor paints. What I mean is that drawing skills are much more important than painting skills when it comes to creating portraits in color. For the shadows, I changed the mix of pigments a bit. Now it contains ultramarine, sepia, and burnt umber. These pigments mixed together can produce very dark and neutral gray colors. You may notice that the neutral mix is almost black, but it will get lighter when it's dry. The light and dark contrast is much more important in watercolor painting than the contrast of hues. If a realistic portrait can be painted in just one color, then it is not about paints, but skills, and above all, drawing skills. With the portrait in place, I can now paint the dress. Instead of using some black pigment, it would be better to mix it, for example, from blue ultramarine, sepia, burnt umber, and burnt sienna. If your goal as an artist is to create figurative artworks and portraits with the full understanding of drawing steps, proportions, and construction of a human body and head, Life Drawing Academy will greatly help you to achieve your goal. In the Life Drawing Academy, you'll have unlimited access to 52 life drawing video lessons and full personal support from Academy tutors, which includes artwork critiques and answers to your art questions. However, if you want to get one-on-one personal tutoring by the Academy teachers, you will get a dedicated team of art tutors who will assess your current level of drawing skills and create a unique curriculum which will be tailored to your skill level and goals. In this curriculum, you will get up to 100 drawing tasks, which come with detailed instructions and feedback on your progress on a by-task basis. Such personal result-oriented guidance is unique. For a one-time payment, nowhere else can you get a lifetime membership and unlimited personal tutoring from talented and professional fine artists who graduated from the top art universities in Russia and now teach many students worldwide. With their help, you will raise your art skills to the next level and will learn all you need to know to draw professional portraits and figurative artworks. This piece is almost complete. I am applying the finishing touches with a smaller round brush. Here is the finished watercolor portrait. I hope you have learned new things about how to paint in watercolor.